Joseph is a very young chap, and this is his second speech. And today, he will share with us his speech title, Does Cosmetic Surgery Teach a Wrong Message About Self-Image? I repeat, does cosmetic surgery teach a wrong message about self-image? Let's invite Joseph.
Hi, a very good evening to everyone here. How many of you here ever portray yourself in front of a mirror and say you want to look like someone that you really idolize? May I have a show of hands? I think most men does, right? And some ladies at the back. Right. Nowadays, it seems that we are living in the image of society that people always judge themselves with their physical appearance. There are two types of, in the history of cosmetic surgery, why Korea is so popular in cosmetic surgery is because during the World War II, in the 1970s, there are actually some of the women in the war, during the war, they always feel like they want to bring some outlook appearance to the military, which is called white men. So what they do is, as you all know, that most Korean is single eyelid. So to look prettier, they need to go for eyelid surgery to have a double eyelid. So now let me share with you a story that about myself. Whether do you think going for plastic surgery is a good thing? When I was a child, I have this kind of thing called cat lift. I'm not sure whether you all know what is cat lift. Cat lift is something like there is a failure in the normal process of facial during the fusion of the embryonic knife. It's like you know, like those cats with the nose, like you see something over here. So I actually suffer from that. During my first life, like when I was like 1 year old to 6 years old, I was suffering from bleeding, and I went through some operation. But now this operation really impact me because I always find that I have a low self-esteem when I go to primary school. That people always laugh at me saying that, oh, this fellow like cat. It's really caused a lot of problem to me, and when life goes on up to age 13, my mom asked me, would you like to go for plastic surgery if it's free? Why is it free? Because my mom worked very hard for the company, and one of the partners' brother is a very famous plastic surgeon in Malaysia. It's called Dr. Steve Wong, and I received the treatment from him. So on that time, I was a little bit eager. It's not about thinking of the money. It's all about the pain. The pain, because when the knife goes onto your face, you will never know what will happen after that. It's really painful. So after much consultation with Dr. Steve Wong, he said that I should go for this operation if I want to look someone better. So I went through all this operation, and I remember my first operation, they cut through my nose and put some mark over there. And that's where the operation starts, and they put some anesthetics. So during the operation, I find it really interesting because they're unable to monitor what the surgeon really is doing. Although I was a little bit a bit drowsy, and I can imagine how the operation and the surgeon, I still remember the surgeon told me, this is your nose, this is your eyelid, and this is where they cut all those things. So it's really a great experience for me, and I really love to be in operations. Yeah, I've been through 6 operations. One operation that I've done was in University Malaya, whereby I removed my bone crop to replace into my nose, And the second thing is the plastic surgery where I'm talking about right now, is that they actually cut through my buttock skin to replace over my cat lift. So it's really a tremendous change. Now, let's talk about what are the potential risks in this cosmetic surgery. One of the cosmetic surgery is that you might have scar. You will never know what will happen after the cuts, right? So if you can see right now, I have a keloid skin. Keloid skin is that those people who have a scar for a long time, it takes very long time to recover from that scar. So immediately I have this kind of scar. The next thing physically could be addiction. Look at Michael Jackson. Look at Michael Jackson when he do plastic surgery. Did he really thought about why he want to be a white man? For what I studied, he doesn't. I understand that he want to be white man because he want to be popular. But do you really think that outward appearance is very important? We don't have to go for any operations, right? For example, like all of us, last week we just went for image consulting course, right? To learn how to dress well, and so you don't really have to spend money on unnecessary things for going surgery. There are two types of plastic surgery. One is the reconstruction surgery and the cosmetic surgery. Reconstruction surgery means that those people who have physical defect will only go for the reconstruction surgery. Cosmetic surgery is those ladies and men who are really good look. You will go for upgrade, modify to look like the Korean film star. So let me share a joke with you. Do you ever think that cosmetic surgery or reconstruction surgery for a man, let's say, because men only 1 out of 10 only go for plastic surgery. For men, right, I don't think you can go for a surgery for abs, right, for 6 abs, right? None, right?
Yeah, you can. Also sculpting.
And the second thing, I don't think there's a plastic surgery that can put your leg straight, right, for all the girls. That is not related to plastic surgery at all. That is related to either leg kind of operation. I don't know what it is, but I don't think there's a plastic surgery for your leg to look straight like a model. So, in conclusion, what I want to say is that is it really bring out the appearance to you? Is cosmetic surgery really an important thing? I don't think so. You can look great if you think you are great in front of the mirror. You don't have necessarily have to spend so much money doing cosmetic surgery for nothing. Like me, because I have a physical defect with me, that is why I go for plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery. And sometimes I find it's really an addiction for me because I want to look like the Korean film star and so on. So, like I say, just live within yourself and be yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Toastmaster Joseph.
Okay, to evaluate our second speaker, Joseph Tan.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Toastmaster Joseph Tam. Congratulations. In your quest for excellency in public speaking, the second speech, although is simple enough, organization, basically asking you to organize your speech, but it's a very important ingredient of a speech. Because every good speech must have a good organization. And in terms of organization of your speech tonight, I felt that you have done it excellently. Organization is all about opening, body, and conclusion. Now just imagine it's like a turtle or tortoise, right? There's a head. Now in order for you to notice the tortoise, the head, if the head is hiding inside the shell, will you see the tortoise? You wouldn't, right? So the head has to prop up. And in this case, Joseph used a very good technique to gain our attention. He asked a question. Question or stories or anecdotes is always a very good attention grabber. And I think Joseph has used it appropriately by asking a question which is related to his subject matter and to the topic. Then he went on to the body of his speech, and he uses all his personal experience to tell us all about cosmetic surgery, and then he further analyzes it into reconstructive and cosmetic, the differences, and finally he bring up his conclusion. And his conclusion, again, like a tortoise, in order for you to notice the tail of the tortoise, the tail has to stick up. And In this case, Joseph's conclusion is giving us a message. Be ourselves. Don't have to rely on cosmetic surgery. You can have other ways of impressing others, like go for image consultant courses, dress up nicely, your mannerism and all that. So I think his message comes through very smoothly to all of us. We certainly can bring home the message. The transition was very smooth between one point to another. If I were to suggest any area for you to improve, Joseph, I felt that because you know your subject matter so well, I felt that you spoke rather fast. Throughout your speech, you were just, moving on and on and on, to the extent that you doesn't leave space for audience to digest. So I would suggest that perhaps if you could use some pauses to add effect, where you think you want us to digest what you have just told us, just use a pause. I think that would certainly enhance the speech. Overall, I really enjoy your speech, and you also injected humor to it. Well done, and I look forward to your next speech. Back to you, Mr.